be easier to get a message out today than tomorrow, where more might join.
By the way, Jack, I'm gonna stream this to my Twitch, so that way I can link people to that as well.
That's alright. Come on, let's go.
Alright, bring
There
your
we go.
torches.
If he can't do it, no one can.
What's these guys busy killing fiber?
They're AFK. Is everyone just praying right now? Everyone take a quick minute to worship the great log. Thank him for his great harvest today.
Community prayer. Oh, my God has heard enough of me today.
Nice.
Is anyone not here?
I'm 20 seconds.
Yeah, I'm on my
We'll
way.
wait 20 seconds then. We'll wait for you guys then.
Little did the town of Armitage know that this was a trap to drop a tactical weapon upon us.
A trebuchet boulder.
Oh, a cow.
Just kills half the town in one go.
Are you saying Jack's like is the Q just to kill us all?
Yeah. Gather us in the middle of town.
I thought I'd be the strategic target.
Oh no, you'd be the bait. You gathered everyone here.
Take out the leadership and
no,
chaos reigns.
You clearly orchestrated this. You gathered the whole townspeople here in one spot.
I made a deal. I sold you out for a sword and a horse.
What's up, guys?
That's fair.
40 acres and a mule.
Alright, what are we waiting for now?
Is the rest of the leadership coming? Because Shaq is currently outside doing stuff with the farms. Oh no, no, he's there.
Tomorrow we'll have the official town meeting thing with everyone joining. Today's more of an emergency meeting regarding the state of the town, just to get a message through. You guys are basically the active members, so I might as well say it now. So I'll make sure that the message is heard, basically.
Roger.
Is everyone here?
As everyone draws weapons, we're listening.
In reality, like, nobody needed to be here, but for RP reasons, of course you need to be here. Who's that guy who's just surrendered?
That'd be me. I'm praising you, old lord.
Alright. So, as you may or may not know, our current motto is wood, wood, wood. Why? Might some of you ask? Because we got a major expansion ahead of us. Especially because if people are starting settling around us, we need to have a more intimidating presence. Settling around us is basically limiting our growth. The claim we're going to have is going to be rather big, but it's going to be a bit hard if it's going to like clash up at other borders. Right now we're just the little joke in the middle of the big guilds, which is kind of ironic considering we're one of the largest guilds right now. But it comes from a different reasons for different. Well, there's different reasons for why we are at our current situation, which is basically we are sort of in a big hole, and we need to get out of that hole. Progress in this town is going somewhat forward, but not fast enough for the upcoming winter. By the current state, we're going to die of hunger when it's getting winter. I might as well say. And as much as it's alright dying, we do not have the housing or infrastructure in any way to support our town. Like, we want a proper place to support the smithies to do their things. We want to have a proper place to support the tailors do their things, so everyone can thrive, essentially. But for that, expansion is needed. As some of you might have heard a billion times, I'm probably tired by now. Mac and I have been requesting again and again, we need wood, we need sand, we need clay, and so forth. We might put out a sort of, I wouldn't exactly call it martial law, because that's nowhere what it is. It might be, let's call it construction law, whatever, where we're going to say that for the next few days, we're going to work coordinated together in an effort to like prepare for the expansion. Right now, do you see that house? Like, I've build me a layout for a few days. It's taken me 3 days to fill it up with logs with the help of you guys. 3 days. Imagine if we have to build 30 of them. It's going like this beta is going to end before we even have a town for all of us. So that's why we sort of need to do some better coordinations together. Have some days where we like gather up and say like, all right, today we're going to get a shit ton of resources and prepare to like place down buildings and all that sorts. It's like, the ideal plan would be that people like me could just place the buildings down and then people could fill them up as they go. But that would rely on a tier 2 monument or even better. But we currently do not have that, and the claim would have to grow and such. It's far better as of now in our current state to simply like get the resources. So when the like territory has expanded enough, we'll place a new house, and when it has enough, a new house, new walls, and so forth. So we'll have a quick expansion. This is just sort of a tactic, sort of based on like what did Blackthorn do, what did the Valiant Order, and so forth. They all had these primitive shacks, and then they for a week were like, all right, right now we're just focusing on expanding the town. That's it. We might not quite go that road because of course all of you need to have fun and do your own things. But there definitely needs to be some sort of change around, especially in all of us like sort of, I wouldn't call it attitude at all because that's what it is, but sort of view on how this game's work, because this game relies heavily on teamwork. And you might all know that because you might all have experienced that moment where I need to do this, but it's impossible with all this I have together, and it's just impossible to level up. Like we need to work together. So sort of like, you know, carpenters would level up by cutting down wood. People who needs to get artisan up would like cut down the trees and give them to the carpenters so they can make logs out of it. The carpenters will get these logs to the builders, and the builders will build houses and so forth, like sort of like that. Meanwhile, the farmer would of course plant flax, harvest the flax, give it to the tailor who can then level up his tailoring, or give wheat to a hunter who can level up his animal law, and so forth. We need to be a lot better at coordination if we're ever going to see a thriving city anytime soon and not in 200 days. So that's what I'm sort of trying to sort of mentally prepare you guys, that there might be a bit change in order. It might be more fun. Some of you might think this sucks, but it's not going to happen forever. It's just so we are properly settled. You might notice, but we have a few houses burning, and I've counted it. Since you guys started settling, we've lost 8 houses. Some of you might see that it's not like there's not much use in constantly building new houses when they're constantly being teared down slowly, or degrading rather. That's partly of course because this claim is not very big. I hope we can expand it tomorrow when Blitz gets on. Only the guild leader can actually upgrade the monument. But it would be pretty great if we like slowly can just have the things ready, so as we expand we can just build it, if you know what I mean. Especially because of the upcoming threats. People down in the south are getting slowly tired of doing PvP down there and so forth, and they're slowly moving upwards. There's a lot of other guilds who are reporting that they're being attacked, and imagine if we got attacked. We do not have the defensive capabilities to survive. That's why we sort of are so polite to everyone, even if they're pushing us a bit around. It's because we cannot afford a war in any case. We might have the numbers, we certainly do not have the equipment, and certainly not the defensive capabilities. I wouldn't risk any of you going into battle unless we have some proper housing. We are currently 113 members last time I checked. Out there, there's maybe 20 houses. In here, maybe 15. That's 35. That's roughly a fourth of our whole guild. So as you might be able to see, it's not exactly going fast, and it's unfortunate, but overall you guys are doing a great job. But we need to be able to coordinate better between each others. If you see anyone who's like staring and says, I'm not quite sure what I want to do, or I'm not really sure how to play the game, just take your time to just quickly introduce them to the mechanics. So it's like basically investing your time, but at the outcome would be someone who could potentially help you or the settlement or all. If you see someone just doing nothing, tell them, all right, we need a lot of wood. We need sand. It's a long trip. So don't go alone. Get up, go with some friends, get some carts, walk down the lake, get a metric ton of sand, go back, place it somewhere. And so forth. Like right now we are in such an early state that the only thing that truly matters is not armor, it's not weapons or anything. It's just getting our basic infrastructure up and going. So right now, I would very much like if those of you who are not getting food, and Matt, of course, you just need to last leveling up there. But if the rest of you can, if you want to, of course, just help us get wood and sand and clay, and just mass produce basically building blocks, clay tiles, windows, doors, and so forth. Even get a big pile of stone, because the new, I don't know how many of you have seen the city schematic yet, but the new area will be surrounded by stone wall, and then this area here will eventually be surrounded by stone wall as well. But that's not a priority right now. It's your guys' area. That's the new main priority. So we need an absolute shit ton of stuff, to say the least. Like, sorry about my language, but if you guys have seen the requirements of building a single stone wall or single of these small plaster houses, you'll easily understand why us, the Viscounts, are a bit worried about the time we are currently spending on doing other things, because it's going far too slow. If you think this house is going up slowly because it's been more than 2 days, a wall, a regular stone wall, takes even more. It might not take building blocks, but it takes a lot of other things. So it's basically just to prepare a bit about the topic tomorrow, where hopefully more will join. But to you, who are usually the most active members, I just want to say, keep up the good work. But again, if you really want to help us out right now, and you don't think what I'm doing right now is not exactly feeding the village or getting close on, then please, please, please help us get more wood, help us get more sand, help us get more metal for the smithy so they can produce tools for all of us, and so forth. So that when this monument has been upgraded to tier 2 or tier 3 one day, hopefully, we'll be able to quickly pop up houses like it's nothing. Get everyone a nice house where people can do their own stuff, get proper smithing areas, proper tailor areas, proper places for everyone, essentially. Because it's all about you guys having fun, of course. We wouldn't create this community if you guys couldn't have fun. And for that same reason, I do not want you to overgrind anything either if you do not want to. That's why I'm just asking, if any of you wants to, it would be greatly appreciated if you could help us prepare for the upcoming expansion, so we don't have to spend 200 days gathering stuff. That's basically it. It's a big informant. You're more than welcome to ask questions, as always. So yeah.
What's our town called?
Armitage.
Armitage Swampies?
No, the town is called Armitage.
Yeah, question. These trees around us, they're all fair game just to be cut down and brought back here?
I'm going to ask all of the foresters to mass plant trees like there's no tomorrow. This whole area was so dense when we first got here. Now it's so open in comparison. We need to sort of reestablish that density so it can support the town. Don't cut down any trees that aren't major, because anything that's not a major won't contain what's worth a building log. But just bring the logs in, pile them up. If there's no space for them at the smithing area over there, just find some other place. I won't mind at all wherever you place it, as long as it's not just for the taking of any other guild. Just to put a number on the amount of building logs alone we need for all houses, for everyone in here. I need more than 1,500 building logs, and that's just the building logs, and that's just for housing. So you sort of get the sense that we need a lot, which is why I'm, begging, to say the least, for you guys to, if you're able to, of course, help us get a big pile set up so we can just pop houses for you guys.
Right now, what we're focused on at the immediate is building 4 carts to do just that.
Yep.
We're trying. We've got 4 cart foundations, and what we need is to have 2 immediate things that we need that we can't get to, and that's somebody that can put down the foundations for the more kilns, because we reached a point where we couldn't even bake metal because nobody could put down the furnace and the kiln and the forge.
Yeah, that's easily understandable. And then something else to then add to this is that help each other help the town, basically. Like, if someone is able to make a kiln, place down kilns for the smithies so they can produce tools, or build stuff for the carts so the carpenters can make the carts, and then help you guys gather the wood and so forth. All that sorts, like, help each other, help the city, essentially.
Yeah, I've been gathering people to and there's if they have like some spare time, I've been gathering people to make runs to the like Sharktooth Lake to gather sand up to the clay pit. We actually just got back from the lake right now, actually.
Yeah, that's absolutely wonderful, and I have to say, like, a huge thank you from all of us Viscounts for your latest wood runs. They've been greatly appreciated to you and to those who've helped you. Any other questions or remarks or anything? Just like say forth, actually.
Let's not let the Swampies beat us in organisation, because those massive walls they made were organised in the space of a day and a half. So let's not let them beat us in that account.
Exactly.
If known as the organised chaos, we're supposed to be more organised than them.
Oh yes, like if competition is what it takes for us to build a wonderful town in a short notice, then yes, let's beat the damn Swampies. Let's make a better town than bloody Blackthorn.
Jack.
And if you haven't seen that town, they got a big stone town up there.
Here. If anything works, Darwinism works.
Hey, Jack, I need to speak with you in private immediately after this meeting, please.
Yep.
All right. If you guys want to make a sand run with me, we'll go meet in one of the feudal channels. I am Taurus Fox. So, just meet me in the Discord. We'll go to make a sand run.
But yeah, considering it my standing order as of now, cards are allowed to be like confiscated by those who are getting basically materials for the upcoming expansion from those who are not. Like, if you see someone who's just using the card for something unnecessary, you are allowed, if you need it, to just tell, I need the card for getting wood, or something like that.
Hey, Jack.
The expansion is our top priority, or we're not going to survive this server or the winter very soon.
Okay, everybody who wants to gather wood, meet me in one of the channels, preferably channel 1.
But yeah, that's all for now. If you have questions, of course, always just send me a message. I'm not always on, of course, but I have my own Discord whenever I'm awake.
Jack?
What's up?
Give the commander a hand.
Do we have a master miner at the moment?
Currently not a master miner, but I'll have a talk with Blitz about getting something for his sector and for Mac's sector. I still lack a master carpenter myself, but yeah.
Also,
we're working on it. Definitely.
Do you know a number for how much stone you need? Because I've been mining stone for hours now.
I honestly don't have the exact number of stone. Let me see what a single wall piece takes. So let's see.
It takes a ridiculous amount. It's like 10,000. It's
right.
So a single stone wall takes 30 shaped rock, luckily. But you have to imagine that we need roughly 4 times the stone walls as we have wooden walls here.
Yeah.
So, all these numbers may seem daunting. Everybody's screaming for this, screaming for that, and with the coordination, it will not take long at all. It seems like a big deal, but if everybody right now goes and chops wood and brings it back here, except for, the guys that have to do what they have to do, and we're making more carts to haul that wood, it'll be done. And the thing up here will not be large enough to hold the logs you guys are going to bring today, right now.
There's an issue with that. We can't use the cart to bring the wood.
Bring boards from the trees that you fell in an area because we need boards too,
Yeah, Yeah, but the main thing is the building log, and if we cut them and put the tree on site and we make a building log, then put it in the cart, then we can't unload the cart into the building site because it's inside the city. In their circle.
The upcoming, basically, these things we're gathering now, they're not very like so important for these buildings in here, because all of these buildings are basically protected, and those of us from the old group before you guys came, we can wait. Like our shacks, fuck them. What's important right now is getting stuff for your houses.
Yeah.
Because you're the guys I currently at least want to all have a house for, safely behind some stone walls. These houses here are already protected. They are no like priority. All these things are intended for you guys.
Yeah, just bring the logs to the gate. If you know, as long as they're in the green zone, those big logs you're carrying on your back. Plus, guess what? As you carry these logs, you'll be able to run it or just walk as fast as me. You'll be passing people on the road before you know it.
Indeed. But yeah, this is our current expansion doctrine. It'll be going for some time, but it will be our main priority right now until we have everyone settled properly, somewhat properly at least. So it's just like, if you're not getting food, building stuff like materials, smithing stuff for it, tools, so forth.
Can we get the blacksmithers to focus on tools for us? Because we're rapidly running out of shovels, axes, pickaxes.
The blacksmith will focus on bands and nails first, but tools and such, like they're just going to produce the things as usual, just not weapons.
Can I have a quick request? Before the end of the day, I need from the blacksmith another Reaving's toolkit, because what we've had have been broken.
So okay,
I've just run through them all.
For the blacksmiths and all what we have currently, right now the blacksmiths only have one guy who can make tools, or who can make tools and weaponry. I'm getting close, and I know a few other people are also getting close. But we cannot make tools at the moment. So if you guys want tools, you guys are gonna have to wait until we get to our right levels. Now, the utility stuff, the tool stuff like nails and all that kind of stuff, just kind of get like we might need a list. Like we know what we want, and we know we need boards, and we know we need to build certain things. But if we can get an exact number, you know, we can start working on that, because right now we have the stuff to make it. We just, you know, we need to know who needs it and who to give it to. I know I'm about to start making the metal sheets, or no, metal bands. So once I make those, I'm gonna give it to those who need it. But if you need them, just kind of make sure your supervisor knows, and the supervisors will tell either Blitz or one of the blacksmiths.
And until we get the carts moved, I'm going to put all the wheelbarrows outside. You guys can use that when you start getting the clay and stone.
Oh, just an FYI, can we make a separate section for wooden logs, or these that aren't quality 100, don't have 100 wood in them, just so we don't have, because we've got a massive amount of hardwoods here, and I reckon barely a third of them have enough wood to be building woods or logs.
Well, the hardwood,
so we need to put them somewhere else where someone else can deal with them, so the builders can just go and reliably get hardwood logs, rather than have to deal with 100 bad ones and spend 10 minutes looking for a log they can use.
The thing is, with the hardwood, we need any hardwood. Like the blacksmiths need the hardwood for the blacksmithing as well. So, you know, not all hardwood is bad.
Under level 100 away to where you can use it.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying.
What I'm gonna do, because I'm the most high level carpenter, I guess, the area that we have already will be the area for the log that don't have 100, and I'll put a new area with fence where I'm gonna put all the logs that are over 100 and we can use, and if there's leftover after we have taken the 100 from them, we'll put back here in the area where anyone can use the wood for their crafting or whatever they need.
Yeah. Oh, another quick thing before I have to talk with Timber. Alex, if you would be so kind, once you've helped Matt out with his bands, I need 300 clay tiles and 60 mortar, if you're able to make that.
Hold on, let me get console.
Wait, one more thing. The tournament. There's a grand tournament coming up, server wide, and we're probably going to have a regional one for just server 40 here with all the guys around us. So that's going to be really fun, really cool to see. The big one will probably turn into a bloodbath. The little one will probably manage to keep peaceful.
So 300 clay tiles and what?
60 mortar.
60 mortar, okay.
And if you can, more glass is always welcome. And just nails and metal bands and all the usual stuff. But yeah. The expansion doctrine has officially started. We'll inform the rest of the people tomorrow at the grand meeting, but at least you guys know now that you're here, and it's probably easier to hear now that we're a bit fewer. So yeah, but keep up the good work, everyone. We highly appreciate what you're doing, and we hope you're enjoying the game, of course. If you don't, please let us know.